Welcome to my channel, The Flix Judge, where you will get detailed reviews and honest ratings of global movies and OTT series so that you can watch only the best content worthy of your time. Today we'll review KaalaPaani, a serial that just released on Netflix. Hindi original, this is also available in Tamil Telugu dubbed versions. Directed by Samir Saxena and written by Biswapati Sarkar, this serial has 7 episodes, each about an hour long. The series is set in the near future. The location is Andaman Islands. An event is planned by the local administration led by the Lieutenant Governor Admiral Kadri to boost tourism and the economy of Andamans. Due to this event, there is a huge influx of tourists into the islands. At the same time, Dr. Saudamini Singh, the chief medical officer of the government hospital there, suspects the presence of a communicable disease which has affected a few people as of now. It is not known what causes this disease, how it spreads, and hence there is no cure. She tries to work with a junior researcher, Dr. Ritu Gagra, to identify the cause and cure for this disease. She also tries to stop the tourist event from happening to limit the spread of a possible epidemic. But it does not work due to a corrupt cop, ACP Ketan Kamath, who is in cahoots with a private company, Atom, who for some reason want this event to happen. Atom apparently has some project to bring water from a huge lake on one of the islands to the main island of Port Blair via pipelines. So the disease spreads to many people and the infected start to die. The entire islands of Andaman are quarantined and nobody can get in or get out. So what happens now? How do the people manage this health crisis? Is there a possible cure? What is the role of Atom and their project in this? What do the native Oraka tribe of Andamans know about this disease? Do they hold the secret to its cure? Well, you have to watch the series, find out. Now, there are a host of other characters like Chiranjeevi, who is a local tourist taxi operator, Santosh and his wife Gargi, along with their two children Parth and a little girl Kaddu, who have come to Andamans as tourists. There is a character of Jyotsna, a nurse, who is a local but has been living elsewhere and has returned just now to the islands. Now, the director has taken a large canvas with many plot lines, like an epidemic like COVID with no cure, quarantining lakhs of people, including tourists on the islands, the healthcare nightmare that could unfold, the search for a mysterious cure, some large, greedy, and corrupt private company, etc., etc. Even just one of these plot points have a lot of potential and could easily make for an interesting and engaging series in itself. However, after introducing the characters and setting up the initial story, the director totally falters and loses the plot completely. If your plot is an island wide epidemic, the screenplay should be showing crowd management at the hospital, people trying to break the quarantine, shortage of food, drugs, flight of the stranded tourists, etc. etc. Surprisingly, the director does not go for any of the above. Instead, his focus is on just one family, that of one Santosh, his wife and children, to show how the disease affects each of them. These characters eat up probably 40% of the screen time with so much unnecessary and unrelated events happening to them that it is clear that the director is totally clueless as to what kind of story this is. There is a whole survival sequence of Santosh in the forest is a total waste of time. None of the actions of the administration or the hospital to manage the crowds or medicine shortage or whatever, they are not shown. Not even one scene. Instead, the lieutenant governor and a couple of bureaucrats and some doctors sit and talk inside some rooms forever. That's it. Okay. What about the hunt for the cure and the role of the local Oraka tribes? What about that plot line? This one starts off in a promising manner, but again loses steam midway and gets messy with unnecessary subplots about how poachers, the police, the tourists exploit the tribes with some of the main characters, Chiranjeevi and the corrupt cop Ketan in the midst. There is another subplot about Dr. Ritu and her background story involving some caste issues, eating up even more screen time. In the end, what could have been like a mystery adventure to find a secret cure ends up in a mess and confusion, and there is actually no conclusion to this plot line even in the end. Okay? What about the role of this evil corporation Atom? Apart from talking, the owner of the company does absolutely nothing. There isn't even one thing that the series show that the corporation has done to exploit the people or the natural resources there. The character of Dr. Saudamini Singh, the chief medical officer, starts with a bang but then goes totally to waste. The worst part about this series is the logic. It is totally absent. From the smallest to the global level, logic is missing. I will just tell a couple of things, otherwise, it could become a spoiler. First, all research about the cure happens by that one junior researcher. How does she even have the talent or the equipments, that too in a place like Andaman? There's absolutely no help from any agency in India. Well, director does not bother about such small and silly things, I guess. There is a recurring plot about how water being pumped from a lake from one island to the main island. How is this even possible? Does the pipeline go on the seabed just to get some water from one place to another? The kind of expenses that will have will be astronomical. I mean, come on. Where do people get these kind of ideas? I'm sure if they had asked that character of that 6-year-old child Kaddu, she could have come up with a better story with better logic. I can go on like this for another hour, but I will stop. I think I have made my point. To sum it up, let me say this. Technically, the series is quite sound. The location is superb. The camera captures the beauty of the Andaman so perfectly. The acting by Arushi Sharma as Jyotsna, Mona Singh as Saudamini Singh, Amey Wag as ACP Ketan, Sukant Goyal are all quite good. However, the direction, story, and the screenplay are a total letdown, and the director has squandered an excellent opportunity to make a good, tight, thrilling, and engaging story. Instead, what we get is a hot mess of confusion with the story going nowhere, showing nothing of significance, with absolutely no notion of logic whatsoever. I will give this series a 3 out of 10. It's a total waste of time. Even this is for the beautiful location and the camera that captures it all. As far as parental guidance goes, this is a totally family friendly serial. See you again with another review. Until then, bye and happy viewing. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I go through hours and hours of content so that you can watch only the very best ones in your precious free time. Thank you.